Thank you, Speaker. I rise to speak briefly to add my voice in support of the disallowance moved by the member for Balmain and express my deep concern that we're in a situation where it seems to be that members of this chamber, in opposing this disallowance, are seeming to suggest that only non-disruptive state-sanctioned protest is acceptable. The idea that we hear just then, the member for Kiama suggesting that people are over these protests that are disrupting people every week, is a complete failure to understand the level of trauma and grief and anger and frustration that people are trying to express on the streets of Sydney every week about the ongoing genocidal attacks happening in Palestine and now the attacks on Lebanon. The idea that people are over that when we don't recognise the reason that people come out to display their frustration, their anger, their solidarity, and their passion for the need for governments to take a different approach is something that should not be allowed to sit on the record without being questioned. The whole point of protest is disruption. The whole point of peaceful protest is to disrupt the status quo, and express an alternative view that the powers of the day do not wish to listen to. Not everybody has the privilege of being in this chamber and being able to express their views for others to hear. Some people have no choice but to join together on the streets in collective action to be able to express those views to get governments to listen. The idea that we are passing laws and have laws in this state that prevent that right to peaceful protest is of serious concern. And I wish to also express the fact that there is no requirement for the New South Wales Police to be in the numbers that they are at every rally each weekend, or indeed at rallies regularly held in this city. That is a choice of the New South Wales Police and is a result of the excessive law and order agenda of successive governments in this state that wish to see an over-the-top police presence at such events. On the weekend, I attended the Palestine rally, and I came from this building here to the rally in Hyde Park. On the way, I saw I think it was in the order of 10 to 12 police officers standing around by two vans at the end of Macquarie Street. I saw another 20 police officers standing at the edge of Hyde Park. And then as the march proceeded and we walked through, I saw probably another 50 police officers stationed at different locations. There was no need for that level of police. The march was completely peaceful. Yes, you need to have some highway patrol to block off the road. There was absolutely no need for that resourcing. The choice to resource it in that way and have that strong, excessive police presence is not one that the protesters require, nor that is indeed required. It is a choice of the police and this government and successive governments in desiring to show a strong police presence in relation to trying to crack down on peaceful protest. The Greens want to see this current situation disallowed. We want to see protest laws changed in this state because we believe fundamentally in the right for people to engage in non-violent direct action and peaceful protest, because those in power will not listen to those who are not in power unless they have the ability to come out collectively and march on the streets.